everybody to episode 26 of AWT, Andrew's Wrestling Talk, where we bring you the news and reviews of wrestling around the UK and much more. Now, on today's show, again, we've got another jam-packed show, and I'm joined here by AWT team member Richard Meredith. Welcome.
Alright,
you made your way all the way down here to Weymouth to join me in the studio. But we've got loads on today. We've got a Q5 with Adam De Silva. Also got AWT on tour at UPW's Warzone in Dorchester. It's an absolutely cracking event. Plus we've got so much more results and upcoming stuff as well. So, let's go into WCPW Chain Reaction. Now, we've got 3 WCPW events here. Chain Reaction, Bulletproof and the World Cup.
The World Cup, yeah.
The English
qualifiers,
qualifiers, wasn't it? Not any of the other qualifiers.
No.
I don't know when those other qualifiers were on actually as well. Something else I didn't look at.
Should have looked
So,
at
yes, I should have looked at that. So, Chain Reaction. El Ligero defeated Penta El Zero Mineiro. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not actually sure, to be honest. That one was a real tricky name when he came out. I thought, great, I'm going to have to pronounce that one. David Starr defeated Liam Slater thanks to BT Gunn. No, it was meant to be BT Gunn, sorry. BT Gunn didn't want to wrestle that night. He just turned around and said, no, I'm not doing it. During the break, Roxy, Little Miss Roxy, had distracted Gracie from Prospect, had him beaten up backstage by Drake, which led into the next match, which was a tag team match, Prospect versus Jake and a tag team partner, which ended up just being in Archer and Drake. And then that partner ended up being James R. Kennedy, and they ended up winning that match as well. So Prospect still not earning any money to Orlando. Viper defeated Katie Ray. Joe Hendry defeated Gabriel Kidd, so Gabriel Kidd still not getting that victory in WCPW. Rampage defeated Bad Bones in a street fight. Travis Banks defeated Doug Williams, which was a very interesting match. Now the best match on that night was Swords of Essex putting their titles on the line, Will Ospreay and Scott Wainwright, against the South Coast Connection, Kelly Six and Ashley Dunn. And it was, I have to say, probably match of the night. We also had Joe Coffey defeating Martin Kirby, and Cody Rhodes in an open challenge defending the title. It turned out to be Matt Riddle. And ended up being victorious as well, Cody Rhodes, that night. Now, Cody Rhodes wasn't at the next shows after that, filming for Arrow, I believe, which is the reason why he wasn't there. So their next show was on the 20th, which was Bulletproof. Grado defeated Prince of Lee. Like anybody really cares. The match of the night was pretty much the first match, which was the tag team title Tornado Texas 4-way match, which was the Swords of Essex defending the titles against the Young Bucks, Prospect, and Liam Slater and Matt Riddle. And Swords of Essex come out victorious on that. The Young Bucks requested it to be a Texas Tornado 4-way. So that was interesting. Rampage defeated Drake in like 2 minutes. It was like Brock Lesnar and Goldberg match.
Don't get me started.
James R. Kennedy says that the Prospects are dead and not getting to Orlando. Personally, I still see them getting to Orlando. Viper defeated Lana Austin, and then General Manager Adam Blompier told Bree Peasley that she will be defending her title against the lady that she was supposed to face at True Destiny, which was Tessa Blanchard. So that was cool. But Bree Peasley did defeat Tessa Blanchard for that as well. The big Magnificent 7, elimination match. Let's go through the order of eliminations. The guys that were in this: Martin Kirby, Travis Banks, BT Gunn, El Ligero, Ricochet, Marty Scurll and Doug Williams. Now, out of all of them, who would you have liked to have seen win?
Marty Scurll.
Oh, hell's
yeah. Marty Scurll, definitely.
But Doug Williams was eliminated by Travis Banks, El Ligero was eliminated by BT Gunn, and then Marty Scurll was eliminated by Martin frickin' Kirby. Yeah, that's a little disappointing in our eyes. BT Gunn was eliminated by Ricochet. Ricochet was eliminated by Travis Banks, so we were left with Travis Banks and Martin Kirby. And of course, Martin Kirby is your #1 contender for the WCPW title, which you could have written it in any book. Any book.
You called it. I heard you say it last week.
Yes, I did. And I did say that was going to happen. It was plain as paper. Anybody could have seen that coming. But still, we were meant to have the Ring of Honor World title on the line, and it was supposed to be Adam Cole versus Zack Sabre Jr. But Adam Cole had lost the title to Christopher Daniels at the anniversary. Yes?
Yes.
At the anniversary of Ring of Honor. But the match was changed into a three-way, and they brought Chris Daniels in. Which, if I was there, that would have been absolutely fantastic. That would have been a great little shocker right there. Chris Daniels retains the title by beating Sabre Jr. and Adam Cole. And then the main event was Drew Galloway defeating Joe Coffey for the WCPW Heavyweight Championship. And Drew Galloway ends the night of becoming a member of the Bullet Club. Yes. So that was interesting. So I think that leads into what you have there.
Yes, the first World Cup with WCPW was the England qualifiers. We kicked off with the WCPW Tag Team Champion Will Ospreay defeating Martin Kirby, which is good. Rampage defeated Nick Aldis in the second of the England qualifiers.
It's an interesting match, that.
Then Progress Atlas champion Matt Riddle teamed with Liam Slater to defeat the Prospects, so another loss for them.
Still not getting to Orlando then.
England qualifier Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Marty Scurll, which... yeah.
That's a tough match to call, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Two very top guys there.
Getting beat by him was better than getting beaten by Kirby.
Oh, definitely.
So, and then the one I was happy with, Jimmy Havoc defeated Zach Gibson to advance into the semis.
Jimmy Havoc.
Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion Christopher Daniels defeated El Ligero. WCPW World Champion Drew Galloway defeated Ricochet. Then in the second round of the England qualifiers, Will Ospreay was the first man to advance, defeating Rampage. And then Zack Sabre Jr. by submission eliminated Jimmy Havoc to advance. Then in the main event, the Prestige, Joe Coffey, Joe Hendry, Travis Banks and BT Gunn continued Gabriel Kidd's undefeated streak as he teamed with the Bullet Club, Adam Cole and the Young Bucks.
So the Bullet Club lost?
Yes. That surprised me, but they picked
So
Gabriel
the
Kidd.
Bullet Club lost. So the Bullet Club lost twice in 2 nights. Adam Cole and the Young Bucks all lost their matches, so they never won a single match in WCPW.
Nope.
That is a real shocker for the fact that the pay-per-view was bulletproof, dedicated to them. A bit like the Delete one. Matt Hardy didn't win either.
No.
That's very, very interesting. That's very interesting. So let's have a look at some other upcoming events that we've got going on, or that we had going on, sorry, over this past week. We've got some good ones there. You got one there. What have you got there?
Yep. Pro Evolution Wrestling live in Stroud. And the results are Brendan White defeated Grayson Reeves. Psycho Phillips defeated Gabriel Kidd. Can't win anywhere, seemingly. The EVW Tag Team Champions, The Fever, defeated Prospect, Lucas Archer and Alex Grayson.
And again, they can't get a victory either, can they?
No. EVW Middleweight Championship 4-Way, Leon Hendricks, Johnny Gale, Dan Splash and Matt Maddox. Leon Hendricks won.
I heard, actually very quickly in that match, that Johnny Gale got a nice smash in the face from the belt.
Yeah, I've heard that's how he lost it.
Yeah, that's how he lost, yeah.
Yep. Catherine Darcy defeated Sierra Loxton. Then in the main event, Joseph Connors defeated Josh Bowden.
That's a clash of egos right there, isn't it? Josh Bowden versus Joseph Connors.
Good main event.
It is a good main event, yeah. So, Progress Wrestling, Chapter 45, Galvanised. Now, the Progress Tag Team Championship match. The champions British Strong Style, which is Trent Seven, and of course your UK, your United Kingdom champion Tyler Bate defeated the South Pacific Power Trip, which is TK Cooper and Travis Banks. Following that match, Jimmy Havoc came out and attacked everybody. Apparently. Zach Gibson defeated El Ligero. James Drake defeated Jack Sexsmith. Mark Andrews defeated Will Ospreay. Following that match, Jimmy Havoc returned and took out Will Ospreay with a pink chair. That's what it says here.
Very specific.
It is very specific, a pink chair. But yes. Also, Flash Morgan Webster defeated Nathan Cruz. Fan here at Flash Morgan Webster?
Yeah.
Who else we got here? The Women's Progression Championship. Semi-final now. So we're actually moving on now in this progression series. Ginny defeated Nixon Newell to advance. Surprises me. I thought maybe Nixon Newell might get towards the finals.
But it is Ginny, homegrown
And
progress.
I think Nixon is being looked at other places at the minute, in WWE and possible places like that. The main event was for the Progress World Heavyweight Championship, which was in a no disqualification match, and Pete Dunne defeated Jimmy Havoc. Now, at the end of this match, Pete Dunne attacked Havoc with chair, barbed wire, tables, drawing pins, interference from Will Ospreay, and then Will Ospreay leaves Havoc lying down and saying, "This has to end." So it's obviously this rivalry in progress between Will Ospreay and Havoc. He's obviously got to the point now where it needs to end. Also, I know as well, the next time with Progress as well, we've got the main event for the Progress Championship. It will be Mark Andrews taking on Pete Dunne.
Okay.
So yeah, that'd be very interesting.
I have one question.
Go.
What colour was the chair in the main event?
It was a pink chair.
That was a pink chair.
Yeah, it was a pink chair.
I was hoping to stump you. I was hoping you wouldn't know.
No, it was definitely another pink chair.
Okay. Okay. I've got IPW UK Super Show 7. The results are the number one contenders. A number one contenders match. CCK, Chris Brooks and Kid Lykos defeated Johnny Storm and Jody Fleisch. Big Grizzly defeated David Starr. Tom Dawkins defeated Timothy Thatcher. Drew Galloway defeated Rampage Brown. In a 10,000 Cuban Peso Open Challenge, Cuban Heat defeated Maverick Mayhew. The IPW UK Tag Team Championship match, champions D&D defeated the Kings of the North. Grado defeated Mr. Anderson, which is a joke.
That is a bit of a joke, isn't it? And don't get me wrong, he's a funny character, but beating Mr. Anderson,
I don't get the humour personally. But yeah. Anyway, IPW UK All England Championship tables match. Sammy Smooth defeated Scott Starr, meaning we have a new IPW UK All England champion.
Yeah, with a whole new attitude as well from Sammy Smooth right there. He's not the Sammy Smooth that I remember anyway. So anyway, let's go to some upcoming events that we've got going on in the next few weeks through the end of March and a bit of April. I got a few here. So Progress. Let's go through some of these in order actually instead, shall we? Let's make a difference. So Chaos Wrestling, Total Chaos on the 25th of March in Bristol. So that should be a very interesting event. You've got Morgan Webster, Eddie Ryan, Mike Bird, Boar, Grizzly, Gideon, Jackal, much more in that one as well. Loads. Pro Evo Wrestling, 25th of March as well. The Great Battle of Gloucester 3. There you've got Yestin Reese, Rampage and El Ligero, plus much more as well in there as well. Progress Wrestling. Now me and my wife, Jodie, that was here a couple of episodes ago, we were looking forward to mentioning this one. This is Progress Wrestling on the 26th of March, chapter 46. I like to chill here and shoot some dinosaurs. I would say Progress have got some very interesting names for their shows.
Damn right.
I'm loving that one, it's fantastic. Guys like Mark Haskins, Jimmy Havoc, Pete Dunne, the list goes on and on and on, and you will see them all. And like I just said, Pete Dunne versus Mark Andrews for the Progress Championship that night. So that should be very interesting. Mm-hmm. Also, that same night, on the 26th of March, in Plymouth, we've got PWA, Plymouth Wrestling Association, Collision. On that night, you've got Jason King, Adam Flynn, Eddie Ryan, Dirty Dick Riley, Grayson Reeves. And of course you've got Adam Flynn and Jason King defending their tag team titles against Renegades. So that should be very interesting as well. Last couple here I've got here. IPW on the 15th of April. That will be Future 23 in Croydon. D&D, Sammy Smooth, Cuban Heat. List goes on and on and on with IPW. They've always got lots and lots of different stars there, and also they'll always have a main star there. I always know, so they always try and have a big name, don't they, in IPW? So then again, this is Future. So I think that's more of your upcoming guys, isn't it? So yeah. Guys like D&D and Sammy Smooth. South Coast Wrestling, it's in New Milton on the 15th of April. The only one match that I've got here so far is Kelly Six versus Chris Ridgway.
That's gonna
be a great match right there. Big League Wrestling that will be on the 23rd of April, which we will be there for AWT on tour. And the only match we've got for that as well is the Brothers Orr versus Bird and Boar, the ICW Tag Team Champions. So that's a big test for Scott and Joe right there.
Yeah.
Definitely. And last one I got here, Torquay Wrestling Super Show 20 on the 23rd of April. That's in Burton. And you've got Jason King, Adam Flynn, Blake Harrison, Dynamite Dave Fury. So he's got an absolute ton there. And that's a huge one for them. As far as I know, that's their biggest show of the year. So that is an absolute cracker. So make sure you check out some of those on Facebook pages. Get your tickets.
Yes. And coming up tomorrow, we've got Varsity Pro Wrestling in Horsham. We're bringing up this one now because I will be there to watch it. And it will feature El Ligero, Eddie Ryan, UK Kid, Rob Holt, Nathan McKenzie, Warren Brady, and they better damn well have an opponent for Sky or I ain't going to take it. So...
Sky could just take an opponent off the street.
Exactly. She should just attack around
she likes to
from
punch
the crowd
faces, so.
and just get herself a match. Also, while I'm here, I want to speak about NXT are returning to Download Festival this year. Which again, I will be there, and it's going to feature Shinsuke Nakamura, Sanity, and NXT champion Bobby Roode, plus many more. And also, in the next coming months, Carl's given me permission, going to be talking about the Chikara King of Trios 2017, which again, I will be going to. And the only team announced so far is the House of Sendai Girls, which, if you don't know, was last year's winners, Meiko Satomura, Cassandra Miyagi, and Das Chiseko. It's going to be really good.
It's a very interesting promotion, isn't it?
Oh, yes, definitely.
It's very different. I've watched that one that you gave me. I actually rather enjoyed it as well. Taking nothing from it at all.
It's different.
It's very different to the mainstream wrestling that you see these days.
I like a company that don't take themselves too seriously, and Chikara does not.
There you go.
So, highly recommended to all of our viewers is Chikara.
Fantastic. Right, well, let's move on to AWT on tour, where we were at UPW's Warzone at Dorchester Corn Exchange. And we actually had an absolute hell of a night that night. I think we witnessed a very strong show from UPW that night. I'm not saying that UPW don't put on a strong show at all. Not true. No. But from pretty much from the beginning to the end, it was full on and it was fantastic. So let's take you to the pre-show predictions with the team, and then we'll come back here and give you the results. So see you in a bit. So setting up here, AWT on tour, helping out UPW set up for Warzone. Oh yes, that's what we're setting up for. As I've just set up all my stuff, check all that out. Awesome. Let's check out what's going on. What do you mean you have to go onto your page? Jodie's trying to do AWT Live. There's G-Man. There's Leon. Rich. He's right over there, he's actually turned up. He's there and he's setting up some chairs by Dom and Mark, and there's some of the guys over there, Brothers Orr. Awesome, we are in for a stall for a huge night here tonight. So I'd like to bring you back to more footage. AWT. Welcome everybody to another edition of AWT on tour, and we are here live for UPW Warzone here at Dorchester Corn Exchange, and I'm here with my team, Dom, Jodie. You're here today.
We are here.
You are here. They weren't here last time. And Mark.
I'm returning.
You're always here.
Alright, you can't give it a good one.
And what a stacked 6-match card we've got here tonight. So let's go through some predictions. So match 1, Psycho Phillips versus Ricky Swart. What we got? What we got here, guys?
It's got to be Psycho Phillips for me. I just can't see Ricky doing a lot, to be fair.
Oh, that's nice, but the fact that you want a Q5 here.
Well, I thought it'd be an easy one. It's quite and he'd be still quite awake, so he'd be into the Q5.
I'm interested to see if Jamie Hayter is going to be with Psycho Phillips tonight.
Yeah.
With that gimmick that we saw back in Big League?
Yeah, I think definitely it will be Psycho. Not just because of Jamie, but I think that,
I think
I
Jamie is here.
wouldn't want to meet him in a dark alley, or Jamie for that
I
matter.
think if Jamie is here, there is going to be definitely favourites there, so I'm going to go Psycho as well. What about you, Matt?
Yeah, all
Hey.
4 of us gonna go with
Anybody else?
yeah, Psycho.
No disrespect to Ricky, but the last time I saw him, all he did was interfere, so...
Yeah, that was true.
Yeah.
Jody's favourite match right here, Scott Wainwright versus Lion Kid.
As it should have been.
As it should have been.
There's
I'm
only
going to go Scott Wainwright.
Well,
I
think we're all going to say Scott, you
Scotty
know.
will destroy Lion Kid.
Yeah.
Poor little Rhino. The little Rhino's getting mad tonight.
And he's definitely got the handshake as well.
Yeah.
I'm fake shake.
The fake
Yes.
shake for the Lion Kid
Scott
tonight.
got caught on the fake shake last time, I believe. Yeah. Alright, next match. Next match, huge tag team match. Singing Storm has accepted, the 6th Open Challenge of the Brothers All. I'm going to go with my boys, the Brothers All, of course. You're always going to go that way. What about you guys?
I'm gonna have to go Brothers all the way.
I'm going
See,
Brothers as
but we were talking about this a few weeks ago, and it would be nice if Johnny was on a winning streak. But yeah, I'm going to go with the boys.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I don't think Johnny's ever been on a winning streak with UPW.
Yeah, it
so.
wasn't with UPW, was it? But yeah, he did. He did start.
Definitely the brothers tonight.
Yeah.
Easy win.
And not because Scott's probably listening.
Yeah. a very controversial match here. So, Jake McCluskey, who is now broken away from the British Young Bloods, or aka Liquid Dreams, whichever way you want to look at it. But tonight, Mr. Mark Fry has gone and put him in a match against Big Grizzly. Now, personally, we saw these two fight in that tag team match at Big League.
We did.
So we know that Big Grizzly will pretty much flatten him, I reckon. But I think he's going to pull this one out, and I think Jakey is going to get a win.
There's two scenarios here. Jake McCluskey could win, but if the Bruce turns up tonight, which we don't know if he's here or not, would he cost Jake the match and give Grizzly the win?
Last time we saw Bruce, he was taken away with a neck brace on.
He was destroyed.
Yeah, but you never know. He might have something up his sleeve.
So what are you going with then?
I'm going with Jake. I think Jake
Yeah.
is the up-and-coming star here.
Ah, most definitely.
But I can see it going either way. But for me, Jake, to snatch it sneakily.
Jake. But yeah. Who is she?
Favoritism.
What?
See, I'm honestly, guys, I can't see anyone but Grizzly here. Like, he's hungry. he's got to eat. He needs feeding. And Jake, wow, he's just a snap to the big Grizz. Yeah, Grizzly all the way, guys.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. So, also, one of the last matches of this rivalry as well. Now, this is a huge one. Last man standing match. Charleston, Hotshot Allen, Sadie, Sid Scala. Myself here, I feel we're going to see some real interruption by this beeping we've got going on right now.
Yeah, what's
Regardless
happening?
of what's going on there. I think Charleston is going to come out victorious because I think we're going to get an interference. And something tells me we're going to have
Wait,
My eyes.
Can I cut you off that? The present of a king, Mr. Jason.
How did you even know I was going to say that?
Well, mate, you don't need to speak when he's being spoken to, as you've been told. Let me handle Jason King's stuff. Look, guys, Jason King, the new up-and-comer of UPW, this guy's great. I mean, what more do you want? He's the king. Enough said.
You could bring me some dinner.
You can
Burger
give him some
King?
steak.
Some steak.
Steak,
Yeah.
Yes, Rich!
Rich, we want steak.
Back to the match. Still, I think Charleston's coming out victorious because I do feel that we will get this interference. I really do.
I hate to say it, but I think you're right. I think Charleston will get the win.
Very cryptic messages going on from Jason today, so yeah, I
Yeah.
think there might be.
There has been a lot. I've been reading those as well.
Yeah, he's put it out there that maybe UPW don't recognise his talent yet. I could be completely wrong,
They don't.
but I do have a feeling we'll be seeing pink pants tonight.
Quite possibly.
So I think we're all going for Charleston.
Charleston, Charleston. That's gone a different way right there. And main event here tonight, huge main event, UPW title on the line. Dirty Dick Riley is putting that heavyweight title on the line against the much deserved Ed Riley. But in my eyes, I see Dirty Dick Riley keeping this belt for definitely a little while longer. Oh yeah, I think quite a while as well. I think we're going to have a long reigning UPW champion.
It will be a great match, but I think Dirty Dick will.
It's going to be an epic match.
It's going to be great. Really looking forward to that one. Definitely worthy of main event.
You have to go with Eddie Ryan's t-shirt. She has to go with Eddie Ryan.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, Dick got it. He deserved it.
He does.
Amazing back in January. So yeah, it probably won't change hands, but hey, I get to see Eddie anyway. So, but very good pairing. Very good.
Oh, it's a cracking pairing. That's a brilliant booking of the match there.
It's a royal flush for Dick, I believe.
Yeah. It is, Sparky, yeah.
It is.
Yeah, well, he asked for it. He wanted to give it to him, so he gave it to him. Obviously, Eddie accepted it, so it's going to be an absolute cracking main event. So there is your card here for tonight, here at Warzone UPW. So the next time you'll see us AWT on tour, another big one, will be UPW Wincanton. Haven't got a name for the show just yet. It's on the 22nd of April. We've got Dave Mastiff.
Dave Mastiff.
Oh, Big Dave is coming in.
Huge.
What a debut.
That's a huge debut. Don't. No?
Hey? No, that's good.
On that note, we will see you next time here on AWT on tour. He's been Dom, she has been Jodie, he's been Mark, and I've been your host, Carl Andrews, and we shall see you next time. Okay, so welcome back. So we had a very, very interesting night there in that pre-show, and most of those predictions were wrong. As I noticed, a lot of our predictions are wrong. But we had a very, very interesting night. But we are also joined here by Chris Frost.
Hi guys.
Friend of Rich, UPW fan.
Yeah.
Come here to join us in the studio to talk a little bit about Warzone as well. So the first match we had that night was the Brothers Orr, Scott and Joe, to go against Simmons and Storm, Andy Boy Simmons and Johnny Storm. Out of all 6 matches, this was the weakest match.
I can't disagree with that. I'll agree with that.
Out of all of them, it was.
But
it
that's
was the weak-
no.
It was the weaker match. No taking nothing
For
from
me, that's no
any
insult
of
to
the
them.
4.
No. They had to be before what was to come.
Yeah,
The
the
it was
interesting
such
thing
a
as well
good
was
show.
that Simmons and Johnny Storm almost went heel, didn't they?
Yeah.
As
Yeah,
well,
I do agree, yeah.
which was very different especially for Johnny Storm, sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's always been a.
He's always had that.
He's always been a hero kind of thing.
But he's always had that thing, you know.
Yeah.
He berates people. He will take his piece if somebody kicks, you know. I've heard of UPWs before go, shut up to a fan or something when they've said something.
But not.
So he's always going to say his piece. He's always a Londoner, isn't he? So he's always going to say
Oh yeah, there you go. True colours come through.
But yeah. That's the real one, if you ever watched him from years ago.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Veteran.
So.
So we were also meant to have Scott Wainwright versus Lion Kid, which was Jodie's match, but we didn't actually have this match, did we? Because we found out that Scott Wainwright is not injured. He had more of a nagging injury, I think, with something in his neck or something like that, which he was nursing, but he needed to be at WCPW, which was a lot more of a mainstream bigger show.
Yeah.
But we ended up with Jason King versus Lion Kid. So this was very interesting because this is Jason's debut on the main roster.
Yeah.
So
It's one of our brethren on the next gen, so I'm glad to see him get elevated.
he's the first guy from Next Gen that's come up.
Oh yeah.
Because obviously, guys like Charleston and that are the guys that helped them to get to the main roster, aren't they? So he is now the first guy to do that. So if he's on another Next Gen now, he's going to be the guy that's pushing other guys up to the main roster now, isn't he, as well?
Yeah. Well, he would tell you he already was that, to be fair.
Yeah. we had a very interesting match. We had a bit of fun and giggles with this one.
Yes.
Hiding under the ring from Jason King and all that kind of stuff. But Jason King does walk out victorious. You might be able to tell by the sound of my voice. I generally don't care.
It was a good match though.
No, it was a good match. But Jason King, the damn son of a gun, had left a little promo. I was meant to have a Q5. Didn't have my Q5. Don't even know where my Q5 went, so I won't tell you who it was, but here's the promo on Jason King after his match. Okay everybody, I have another edition of a Q5.
Leave. Go. What that dumbass meant to say was, Jason King is here. Did you see my messages? Did you check my social media? What did I tell you? I left you clues, didn't I? And I told you what was coming. Me. I warned you, UPW, that you'd be seeing me sooner rather than later. Well, I can relax now. I can chill. Because once again, I proved my point. Lion Kid main evented the Next Generation 1 show, but where is he now? He's on the losing end. Where am I now? The winner's circle. It's only easy when you know how. Remember this, never ever forget this. There can ever only be one best man.
Okay, so welcome back. So yeah, he has now arrived. He has now arrived in UPW, and he told them that this is exactly what he was going to do. And
Yep.
and like I said a couple of weeks ago, I think Jason King's going to have an undefeated streak in UPW,
Oh, yeah.
and I think it's going to be reasonably long
Oh yeah.
until someone, maybe like the heavyweight champion, comes around and shuts his mouth.
He might win it.
Don't say that. Don't say that, Chris. No, don't say that.
You never know.
Mark would like that.
Oh,
Mark
yeah.
Roberts, fellow AWT team member, but Boss won't.
No.
No. Moving on. Last man standing match. Now, this match
Yeah.
really, to me, tested Savvy Sid Scala and Charleston Hotshot Allen.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah,
I change my respect changes to both of these guys, because Chairs came out and they took a very stiff shots from
Oh, yeah.
Chairs, didn't they, that night?
Even
As-
that one.
Yeah. Even the scooter got involved, like last time.
That was funny.
It was very funny. It was a very good match. It was real hard hitting as well.
Oh yeah.
Savvy Sid Scala did walk out victorious. We were very surprised.
Yes.
Because we all went with Charleston thinking that we were going to have this interference from Jason King, which obviously didn't happen because Jason King ended up having a match. So that's the end of that rivalry now.
Yeah.
Now I saw Charleston later on that night, and he was pretty banged up. He was banged up. I had a good conversation with Charleston. He was there holding his arm, and he was pretty damn banged up after the chair shot. So,
I had a conversation with Sid, and he was the same.
oh really?
Yeah,
Oh, did
he
you?
said chair shots hurt.
Oh,
So I can imagine they did.
and I'm not being
but-
funny. And I'm not being funny, but even being sat in the crowd and being that close, there was no give on that.
Oh no, it was definitely stiff shots.
I was stood next to the boss man, Mr. Mark Fry, and even his face was like, oh my god! So, wow, hats off to both of them for pulling off that
Without
match,
doubt.
because they really
Yeah,
did.
Without doubt.
Definitely stands their careers out right there. So, next match, personally, for me, I think this was match of the night, and that
Agreed.
was Jake McCluskey versus Big Grizzly.
Oh yeah.
It really pulled out everything, both of them that night.
Yeah.
I mean, Big Grizzly hit the floor as well, I noticed as well.
A couple times.
I can't remember what it was through now, and you felt that floor shake. That was absolutely fantastic.
Even the ring was moving.
Yeah.
That's how much.
When they climbed up to the top rope again, Mark Fry stood behind me and was like, no, don't do it, Grizzly, don't do it. Which he didn't, by the way. It didn't happen, because I don't think we reinforced the ring that much.
For me, though, this is proof that a little man and a big man, not that Jake McCluskey's little,
No.
but compared to Big Grizzly,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
it proves that a little man and a big man can have a top top
Oh,
level
yeah.
match.
Oh yeah, without
If
doubt.
it's the
Without
right
doubt.
two people.
Oh, and that was the right two people.
Yeah.
It was.
It really was. Jake McCluskey did beat Big Grizzly.
Which I was surprised of.
I actually went with McCluskey to win. The only one that went with Grizzly to win was Mark, of course.
Yeah.
Mark's
I'm
always
a big
gonna
fan
go.
of Big Grizzly as well, so
Yeah. You would have gone with Big Grizzly
Oh yeah,
yourself.
easily, without doubt.
You
But-
would have been wrong.
Yes, you would have been wrong. But at the end of that match, he wanted the microphone, so he grabbed the microphone for only the Bruce
Yes.
to come out and make his appearance, which broke down in a fight, which plenty of guys got in to try and stop it. Guys like Blake Harrison, Badman Bino all got in there. All of you were victimised of the RKO. And I'm gonna call it the BKO, a Bruce knockout. You were all
That's a good
victimised
one,
of that move.
Yes.
I don't know how any of them felt after that.
I think a bit stiff, to be honest with you.
I think Joe, who's a referee, he
Yeah.
refereed for the Next Generation. I think he got one as well. So,
No, him and Bruce didn't. No, Bruce. Him and Blake didn't.
oh, did Blake not get one?
No, they were smart.
Oh, the guy with the long head that came with Andy Boy Simmons, he got hit by
the
it.
students got it, yeah.
Bino definitely got one. I know Bino got one.
Blake and Joe were smart enough to be like, nope, sod that.
Oh, right. I genuinely thought Blake got hit by one.
Two of them got out there.
Yeah.
That is a rivalry that's going to be brewing for a while.
Oh,
There's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot that's coming in there. And when we will see Bruce versus McCluskey,
Oh, don't know.
only time will tell.
It'll
And
be a
obviously,
good match.
keep your eyes out on UPW, huh?
It'll be a good match.
Oh, it's going to probably be. I'm gonna go. It could quite possibly be a match of the year candidate for UPW of 2017.
well, that'll be Jake's second, because he had one with Big Grizz, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
So-
even that match. Yeah, definitely.
It's the first match I've seen all year to hold a candle to Dick Riley versus Marty Skrull from the second anniversary. In my
Yeah, and
opinion.
again that
From
again
matches I've
that
seen
is-
live, it's the first match I've seen that's really held it up there. But that's just me. So.
So another interesting match was Psycho Phillips versus Ricky Suave. Now, Psycho was with Jamie, which was great.
Yeah.
You must have been happy with that,
Oh,
surely
very
as well.
happy.
I was over the moon when I seen it on the card that he was coming out with Jamie Hayter. I thought,
Yes.
they are sticking with that gimmick. It
Yeah.
really, really works.
It strengthens both
it
of
does.
them.
Oh, it most certainly does.
It does.
They've both got a lot to offer, but each one works off the other one so well.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd
Yes.
like to see it the other way round. I'd like to see Jamie in a match with Psycho stood at
Oh,
ringside.
that'd be good.
I feel sorry for everyone.
think of how intimidating that's going to be for whatever woman is
Yeah.
going to be facing Jamie Hayter.
Oh,
Oh,
great.
yeah, without doubt.
So,
Well,
Without doubt.
and it's a possibility. It could happen.
Oh, yeah. It's the best thing for both of them, in my opinion. It's good.
It works very, very well.
Not the Rover Shadow and Ricky Suave. He held his own up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad to see him back in UPW. It's about
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
It's been, what, coming up 2 years? It's about
Yeah,
time that
it's
he's
definitely been a
returned.
while. I watched him in Fight Nation,
Nice.
and I didn't really actually rate him that much, to be quite honest with you. But that night, totally changed my mind.
Well, I saw him in South Coast last year, and I
Yes.
knew then he was getting better. But yeah, top
That
cla-
was good.
He wasn't out of place on that card.
No, he wasn't.
That card was full of top class matches, and every one, in my opinion, on the entire roster, stepped up their game, and I think Suave did as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. He will definitely see him back in.
Yes, yeah.
In
Oh, yeah,
UPW
without
again.
doubt.
He was he definitely really did pull it out. But unfortunately he was defeated by Psycho Phillips.
Yeah.
It was unfortunate. With Jamie Hayter being the outside interference and getting involved every now and then, he didn't really stand too much of a chance. But like you said, he did not hold his own.
Exactly.
And even when she did get involved, he sorted it out, or he tried to sort it out, didn't
Well,
he?
he gave her a whooping, so.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yes, he did. And she can take it, man.
Well,
She can take
Oh, yeah,
it.
she could take big
definitely, yeah.
In fact, I've got to admit, most of these women in British wrestling
Oh, yeah.
these days can take a hit from the
Yeah.
man.
Well,
Yeah.
in all of wrestling, really. Intergender wrestling belongs, in my opinion. So it has a place. So
Yeah, without
I
doubt.
would like to see Jamie Hayter kick the crap out of Ricky Suave personally. Fuck that match, come on.
Yeah. I mean, not long ago, you had PJ Black and Nixon Newell winning the Southside Tag Team Champions,
Exactly.
which they've lost now, haven't they, to Big Grizzly and I'm not actually sure who Big Grizzly's tag team partner is.
Team GBH though.
Well,
It is, yes.
I just feel sorry for
Sorry.
whoever faced against Big Grizzly.
Yeah. Yeah. To be honest, like I said a couple of weeks ago, it's not Big Grizzly that scares me, it's Dave Mastiff.
Oh yeah.
It's Dave Mastiff that really intimidates me. So their main event was for the UPW Heavyweight Championship of the world, which was obviously your UPW Heavyweight Champion Dick Riley giving the English Lion, Eddie Ryan, a much deserved
Yes.
Heavyweight Championship shot.
Oh yeah, without doubt.
And then we had a absolute back-to-back match. Could have gone either way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another almost
I
match
found
of the
it
night.
very, very hard to pick a winner. I went with Dick Riley, which we were right. Dick Riley did defeat Eddie Ryan, but it was a it was another hard-hitting match. Dick Riley came out with I wouldn't say an injured ankle. I'd just say maybe a twinge, bit of a nagging injury after. It was again. I met up with him after the show. I was talking to him after the show, and he was telling me it was down to just a move. He just landed funny.
It happens.
It does.
It happens in matches, even in WWE. It happens.
Yeah, well, it happens
It's
all
gonna
over the
happen
place.
anyway, yeah.
Exactly.
You've only got to get your foot in wrong. You've only got to land wrong.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So, that night was an absolute fantastic
It
night.
was.
Hats off to UPW. Hats off to everybody that
Oh, yeah.
worked that night. I had a working sound system, so I was a very, very happy man. Not like Yeovil for the next gen.
Or Weymouth.
Or Weymouth, yeah, even Weymouth's even worse. I had to go and get my own stuff, but thank God Dorchester, they actually had a half decent gear. So yeah, that was fantastic. Absolutely quality night, and you'll be able to watch that on DVD very, very soon. You'll also be able to watch it on demand on your Fight Site VOD or something like that.
Fight Side VOD.
That's the one, Fight Site VOD. You'll be able to watch that very, very soon. I give it another couple of weeks maybe. But it should be up there. Anniversary is out now on DVD as well. Also, I don't know if you've got the link. I haven't got the link. I didn't write it down because it's only just popped into my head. But UPW now, you can now buy your merchandise on a website.
It's Big Cartel.
That's-
but
I knew it was-
don't know the exact.
I know
address, but
it
it's
was
Cartel.
big something because I noticed now that Big Cartel do a lot for everybody else.
Yes.
And even singles guys that sell their merchandise as well also do it on this one as well. So
Yeah.
if you can find it and buy yourself some UPW merchandise, DVDs, T-shirts, the lot. It's going to all be there eventually.
Yes.
So the next time you'll see AWT on tour, possibly, will be tomorrow, depending on what you can do tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll try and
So
get
let's
stuff.
see what Rich can do tomorrow. But the next big one for us will be Wincanton, UPW. We have a name.
I'm going to that one as well.
You're going to that one as well? Awesome. So we should all be there for that one. But we have a name for that one now.
Yeah.
Playtime is over. Yes. And no, the match isn't Dirty Dick Riley versus Dave Mastiff. Martin, it's not. That's not the match.
He's not alone. He's not the only person that's making
No,
mistakes.
you're not. You're not alone. There was a fair few
kind of
people.
did. I kind of did.
I didn't. I couldn't see that match. I couldn't see that being a match.
Would have been a good one.
Quite honest. Don't get me wrong. It'd probably be an absolute epic match. But I think they're that's two top guys. They're gonna want
Yeah.
their own limelight instead
Yeah, exactly.
of sharing a main event like that. But that will be the next time that you see us AWT on live, which will be the 22nd of April. So that is going to be an absolute cracking one. Can't wait for that one.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Never been to Wincanton, so that's going to be new for me.
Yeah, fine.
No?
No.
You have, haven't you?
Yes, yeah, I was there last year.
What was that? We're Here.
Yeah.
Was that their first show in Wincanton
Yes.
as well? That's why it was called We're Here.
Yeah.
That was the night, I believe, that they had this confrontation over the heavyweight championship between Bruce and Yeston Reese. I believe. I believe it was.
I'll go with you. The shows blend together occasionally for me, so I'm not sure.
I can't remember.
Down to tattooed ref and kid ref. 2 pinfalls. Or something like that. Double pin. And that's how the title. And that. I know. I thought that was how the title got vacant.
I thought that happened in Weymouth.
No, because Retaliation, which was the next one in Weymouth. That was when. That was when Reese won the title, thanks to Dirty Dick Riley and Charlie Sterling.
And Joel Redmond, who I haven't seen since.
Yeah.
Just done a disappearing act.
Oh, he's around.
Yeah,
He comes up. He's RPW. Rev Pro. Tag team champion. Oh no, or was he? Or did they? No, they lost, didn't they? They lost, but they were in.
Yeah.
They are in Rev Pro.
But still, he is around. He's
Yeah.
just not
He is
in
definitely around.
UPW. Yeah.
Anyway, moving on to the Q5. That's right, the Q5 with Adam De Silva. This is an absolute quality one. This one, I thoroughly enjoyed this. This guy could have talked for absolute hours, but we didn't. We still kept it as 5 to 6 minutes, like we tried to do here with the Q5. So we tried not to get them to rabble on too much, but this is an absolute brilliant one. So let's take you there now to the Q5 Van Silva. So welcome everybody to another edition of the Q5, and none other than my special guest, Adam De Silva. How are you, my friends?
Yeah, not bad. Thank you very much for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming on the show. So let's crack this off. Question 1: where did it all begin for you as a pro wrestler?
Well, it all began as being a child, really, and everything. But when the training started, was Calgary in Landstorm School.
Oh, fantastic.
Basically, I spent a lot of years doing mixed martial arts, amateur, not quite pros, and looking at, I don't know what my real passion was, and I turned the age of 30, and it was basically, I got one shot left of making something for myself, and I always wanted to be a wrestler. Never thought I could, I'm not 6'5", that kind of thing, but you've seen the evolution of the business, and smaller guys are getting over, it's great. I mean, you can do anything in wrestling, and so I sold everything I had, moved out where I lived, packed it all up, moved to Calgary, no plan B, and boom, and here I am, and it's been a crazy, crazy ride since.
Wow. Fantastic. So who's inspired you then to be the pro wrestler that you are today?
Oh, as a kid, I mean, everyone was a Hulkamaniac.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Well, we all on my age, yeah. I'm thinking, for me, really, Bret the Hitman Hart was the first guy that I used to watch him wrestle, and I didn't even know he was telling me a story, but I just gravitated towards him. As I got a bit older and I'm a teenager, Kurt Angle, who still is today, quite possibly.
One of the greatest.
Yeah, just the guy's unbelievable, phenomenal. He can do everything. He can have any kind of match, any type of. He can be a mean villain. He can be a funny baby face. He can do it all, Kurt Angle. So I'd say for me, that's the guy. But when I was a kid, the Hitman, and side story with the Hitman, training in Calgary, cheap plug again for lads. Geez, Bret Hart came down one day.
Oh wow, fantastic.
And doing drills. Bret Hart's there, then he gets in the ring, and 3 hours, and him just laying down that knowledge.
That's once in a lifetime right there, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Once in a lifetime.
Absolutely.
So your future plans, what do you think the future holds for Adam De Silva?
Well, anything can happen, I, like any wrestler on this planet, I want to get to WrestleMania. I want to wrestle in Japan. I want to wrestle in Mexico. I want to wrestle everywhere. But I guess essentially for me, as far as the future, I want to travel to as many places as possible and wrestle in as many different countries and just live the experience, because that's, the end game is WrestleMania. But the journey in between, that's the real magic of wrestling, and I'm just enjoying it, and wherever I can go, so long as if I can make a living from wrestling and not have to, have the odd side job here and there, I'd like to be able to do that. I'd consider that a success, and that's what I'm aiming to do, But WrestleMania in 4 years.
Remember that, people. WrestleMania 4 years, we're going to see Adam De Silva right there. Well, it leads me to my next question here, your dream match.
Dream match.
Anybody, anywhere, any promotion.
Oh,
Doesn't
God damn. Dream match.
And we get this a lot when we have people.
Well, there's so many guys who want to wrestle, I mean, AJ Styles would be in any promotion, anywhere, any type of match. I would love to work with that guy. Kurt Angle, if we still could. I'd love Angle. I'd love Kurt Angle. And for that point, actually, Samoa Joe. I'm a big Samoa Joe fan. any of those three guys, man. I mean, if I could pick a guy who's no longer with us, I always look at a Mr. Perfect. I mean, he's someone that I just would have loved to have been able to tell a story with. You know, the guy was so good. And then Eddie Guerrero as well. I mean, that guy.
Full-on character right
But
there.
I've said 5 great names, but there's like 100
Yeah.
other guys. I couldn't pick one particular dream match. Maybe Lance, actually, you know, like, because the first time we wrestled, I was a trainee. Let's just say it wasn't my finest hour. And I'd like to rematch Lance and tap him out.
By the sound of that one. So your biggest highlight of your career so far?
Okay, well, Brett, I mean, but that doesn't count,
Yeah.
'cause that's just, you know...
No, the highlight career in like the best match that you've had so far in your career.
Well, funny enough, actually, I would say the best singles match I've had to date would have been my first appearance for UPW with Psycho Phil.
Oh, right, yeah.
Really enjoyed working with Phil. We
That
had
was a great match.
good back and forth. I enjoyed that. But as far as if you're going to ask me, like, a fan in me, like who I kind of had to double take, you know, I'm in a match with Ultimo Dragon. We're tagging up, and I've watched Dragon since, you know, we was a kid. And there's one point in the match where Dragon does his stuff in the ring, and he puts out his hand, you know, to tag me in, and he's looking around, he points at me, and I just had to like double take for a second because that's Ultimo Dragon, you know, and who am I? At this point, tags me in, tagged him with Tommy Dreamer. Me and Tommy Dreamer tagged up, and goddamn, you know, like Tommy's a top guy, you know. Had great fun tagging him, and I'd say being in the ring with those guys with the names, but as far as in ring actual. Yeah, Psycho Phil, I think I had my most enjoyable match with. But there's been plenty, I mean, there's so many good guys out there. I love tagging with Chris Andrews, you know, and that's a highlight for me as well.
Oh, Chris Andrews is great athlete. Devon Powerhouse.
Devon Powerhouse, man, absolutely. Yeah, you learn a lot from that guy. He's probably been my most, him and Big Grizzly are the two guys who have really taken me and shown me some things.
Wow.
And yeah, they look out for me. So those guys, but just the whole thing, man, like, you know, I love wrestling. You know, and this is the part of it, you know, I love, you know.
And that's why we're all here.
Absolutely.
Because we love wrestling. That's why we are here. Well, thank you very much for coming on to my Q5, my friend. I have been your host, Carl Andrews, and this has been my guest, Andy Silva, and we shall see you next time. So welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that Q5. I most certainly enjoyed that Q5. Did you enjoy that Q5?
Yeah, Q5 was good. Yeah.
I think it was very interesting, especially the fact that he trained at Lance Storm's Wrestling Academy in Canada. That's like very interesting.
And he spoke about Bret Hart coming in to.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that has got to be. Sorry, that thrown me off my game. That word completely thrown me off my game. That word. But what a career that bloke's had. He's had some real good times on the road.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really interesting. So the next time I bring you a Q5 is in 2 weeks, because there's going to be one now every 2 weeks, and we've got them now all the way up until at least July. Plus we've got more coming as well. So Mark Roberts will be bringing you a Q5 with Brendan White. It's not very long though. Brendan White does answer these very quickly, and almost like he was ready for it. Which I was a little surprised. I thought there might have been a little bit more with it. You'll see that in 2 weeks' time. It's still a very interesting Q5 on where he comes from and where it begins for him. So we shall see. So let's move on to the thing that I always love to do, and that is the cool and uncool wall. So this week on the cool and uncool wall, I kind of messed up last week. I actually didn't have one for the cool and uncool wall, so I just threw it out there with NXT. Nobody was going to really come back with this one. Is it being uncool?
Not a chance.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I mean, at the moment, I wouldn't say it's best.
No.
At the minute. Okay, yeah, you got Bobby Roode and Shinsuke. I think Shinsuke needs to move on a bit now. But
Sanity.
yeah, I mean, you've got Sanity, you've got Bobby Roode.
And I'm a massive fan of Oscar. She's been insulted in this studio before, but for me, I'm a massive fan. So
I don't know. It's not her so much. It's the undefeated streak.
I think it can work.
But then also she hasn't had that opponent that's really tested it to me.
She's got that at TakeOver. It's her versus
Is this
Ember Moon.
Ember Moon?
Ember Moon hasn't lost since she's been in NXT neither. So.
And you said that was it her that you've seen on indie circuits before?
Yeah, Athena. She was on the indie circuit. And obviously, Oscar was Kana in Japan.
Yeah, I know that.
Circuit.
Yeah, because obviously
So,
when she came into NXT, they changed her name.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong though. I mean, she is a class athlete, and she is on all WrestleMania. She's on. I think she's going to be on SmackDown.
Oh, I'm begging her for to be in
I
that.
think.
We'll get to that in a minute.
I think that's where she's going. So, but yeah. So, was it cool? It was. It was cool. So stick it. I'm running out of room on the cool side still. Here's some stuff for the uncool side, but I've got one here for you guys that you might actually think is uncool. Now, again, like I said with NXT, a lot of people don't watch NXT. I know for a fact Mark Roberts, AWT member, doesn't watch NXT. I do watch NXT because obviously we've got a lot of UK stars now in NXT, so it's always worth watching in my eyes if you've got guys like possibly Pete Dunne that's coming up, and Tyler Bate, Trent Seven, and the list goes on and on.
Yeah.
So NXT is cool. For the next one for the Cool and Uncool wall is the Anthem out. Now that will be the owners that own Impact Wrestling at the moment, and the only reason why I'm putting these guys on the Cool and Uncool wall is because the amount of suing they just seem to be threatening at the moment, and I think that's just like not the way to be going. Definitely not for them in their position, unless they've got an absolute ton of money like Vince McMahon. I generally don't think they stand a chance in fighting for like the Hardy's gimmick
It's idiotic.
and stuff like that. So I think it is stupid, but I'm going to put it up for the Cool and Uncool wall, so we'll see how many of you people actually think on that. By the way, it's not Jeff Jarrett. It's somebody else. So if anybody actually thinks that Anthem and Jeff Jarrett are one big unit, they are coming together like that, but Anthem are their own decisions. So I'll be posting that through the week. So WrestleMania is coming very, very soon. The one event of the year that everybody should be all excited for. Just not me this year. But maybe you might be able to change my mind, Rich.
My excitement has grown to some extent, but
Right, go on then.
I feel there's a few wasted potentials here.
Okay.
So, we've got the WWE title match as Bray Wyatt defends against Randy Orton.
The only thing that annoys me with that is the fact that they're not putting it main event.
No. It's clearly not going to be the main event.
It's going to be mid card.
If it doesn't end up in the opener. Which I
Oh
really
no,
hope it doesn't,
man, no,
That'd be terrible.
that's terrible. Either way, I'm gonna go with Bray Wyatt retaining the title myself.
Same,
I
that's-
don't
I really
think
hope
Randy is gonna have another WrestleMania moment.
He doesn't need it. So
No,
I
he
think
doesn't. He most certainly
him,
does not.
with the whole story on him putting Wyatt over at the end of it, I think it's the best outcome.
Yeah.
Personally. You agree?
I think Randy Orton's going to win it. Personally.
Well, now we come to the stinker. The WWE Universal title match as Goldberg defends against Brock Lesnar.
That's overrated, that much.
It's
I have to throw it in there. It's overrated. They've just got to end it between those two.
What the problem is we've had WrestleMania 34's match being announced to be Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal title. So that kind of gives away that Brock's winning at WrestleMania 33 and that Brock could possibly have this as a year's worth of a title run. And the next time you'll see Brock Lesnar is SummerSlam.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a gap. I'm going to go with Brock Lesnar. I kind of hope
yeah.
Brock Lesnar does win.
Sorry.
But still, the both of them and the match doesn't appeal to me at all.
No.
No.
It didn't appeal to me last year at Survivor Series, and that was a joke.
Yeah, that match.
And then the Rumble was the only time I was interested, relatively, but then they messed that up again. And
I mean, the reason why they've been holding it back so long is so they can have a half decent length of a match.
but I don't think Goldberg can.
I don't think you can
No.
either.
Not a chance. So
I'm going with Brock.
it's going to be a rubbish match, and it's going to be
That's going to be your main event, though.
yeah.
Without a doubt.
I'll go to bed just before the match starts. I think. Although I'll be finished by the time I get to the top of the stairs. So.
yeah. No, we'd be finished by the time you think, right, I'm going to get up and go to bed.
Yeah, I'll just be getting up and I'm like, oh, it's over, okay, I'll sit back down and watch Brock celebrate. Okay, so Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker. There's a rumour that it could end up being Braun Strowman in that as well. Which, if that happens, I think it improves the match. Braun is on a roll.
I'll tell you what, if they were to do that, that would be really cool because I don't think Undertaker has really had a triple threat match for WrestleMania. The only other match he's ever had was a handicap match, WrestleMania 19. Flipping out, I'm doing well now. WrestleMania 19, and it was Big Show and A-Train. Yes, and his partner was meant to be
Nathan Jones.
That's it, the Australian guy that got done for, I think it almost murder or something like that. He was locked up for.
I don't know.
So if he's in it, my pick to win is Braun Strowman pinning Roman Reigns. But I personally think, or The Undertaker. Roman's the only one I don't want to see win it. Or if Roman is. I don't want him to pin Braun again. He did that at Fastlane and that was bad enough for me.
If we were to just say, like, let's just go with, it's just Roman and
Current
Undertaker.
match? Yeah, Undertaker.
Is the current match. I can't really see, unless like everybody really does think that Roman's going to win, I can't really see what everybody's moaning about too much, because you'd kind of hope that if Undertaker does win, then, do you know what I mean? It's not. I still think we'll have a half decent match. I think everybody puts Reigns down a little bit too much. I'm not, saying that Roman Reigns deserves everything, not at all, but once upon a time, everybody loved him.
Yeah.
I believe 2015 Royal Rumble, and I thought he was going to win. No, not 2015, or 2014, sorry, he was still in the Shield.
Yeah, because the Shield was...
And everybody chanted him to win, and Batista won it. Once upon a time, you all loved him, and now people only turn to hate him because it's like Cena.
It's being shoved down our throats.
Yes,
That's what it is at the end of the day. I don't mind Roman Reigns, but...
No, not at all.
And he has some good matches. Just look at him and Kevin Owens from the Rumble.
It was a good
But
match.
It's
just...
It's the way he's being booked.
Yeah.
I blame the bookers more than him, but at the same time, that's just... Okay.
I don't think WWE bookers are that great anyway, really. Like I said, they like to sit in a closed bubble.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so then we move on to AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon, not Shawn Michaels. He thought it was Shawn Michaels earlier.
I tell you what, if it was Shawn Michaels, fucking hell, I'd be having a heart attack right now. It's blatantly gonna be AJ Styles. I mean, I can see where they're going with it, but I thought we might be getting a stipulation. If AJ beats Shane McMahon, he can be in the main event, and it can be turned into a triple threat match for the WWE title. Bray Wyatt's still to win, but it'll be a little bit like the Daniel Bryan scenario, but not winning the title at the end of it. That's what I was thinking we might see.
I want AJ to win, but I think Shane McMahon's going to win.
I think Styles will win, and I think it needs to be a street fight or something. They still need to add a gimmick to that.
Oh yeah.
I think
Shane
I don't
works
think
at
Shane can really go through just a plain basic match, can he?
No.
He needs them gimmicks to sort of...
Needs to be able to jump off
Prop him
stuff,
up.
use stuff.
Yeah. Because he's a good gimmick wrestler. But
Oh
He's
yeah,
a good
definitely.
wrestler. No
Yeah.
problem.
And he's better nowadays in the ring than he ever was back in the Attitude Era.
Oh yeah.
okay, the WWE United States title, Chris Jericho is defending against Kevin Owens.
I'm looking forward to this match, but Kevin Owens is going to win. And I'm only saying that because I know where if you follow as much rock music as like a lot of us do, we all know where Jericho's going after WrestleMania.
Well,
So
he's
the
down.
kind of writes itself, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Then he's going to drop the belt because he's on tour with Fozzy.
Yeah.
So that's blatantly what's going to happen. But I still think I still have a very, 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 very good quality match, and I still think there'll still be those bits where you'll think, oh my God, Jericho's going to win. No, he's not.
I think they'll be able to suspend your disbelief enough to possibly lean the other way.
I mean, they've done it to me once before. Undertaker and Shawn Michaels at the end of the Royal Rumble, and it was obvious the Taker was going to win, but I still had this little bit of time that Shawn Michaels was going to pull it out. But
Look how many times Undertaker's done that at WrestleMania. You knew
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
never going to win. CM Punk, Edge,
Oh,
Batista,
you could go
Randy
on,
Orton,
mate.
Shawn Michaels. Every one of them convinced us we were wrong, and Undertaker was going to be the one that goes over. Sorry, wasn't, and then he did.
Yeah.
So, okay,
Kevin Owens.
WWE Intercontinental title match, Dean Ambrose defending against Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin all the way for me. I'm a massive fan of Baron Corbin. I don't dislike Dean Ambrose, but...
I have to go against you on that one. I'm a big Dean Ambrose fan.
Right.
You're in the middle now, aren't you?
Alright. I like Dean Ambrose a lot. I think this match is a bit wasted of a match, really. I think it could have been a bit more some kind of stipulation on the line.
There will be a stipulation.
So there is rumours that there will be a stipulation.
Unfortunately, there's not rumours. I'm just still hoping.
Oh, you're hoping.
There's still
there's
another
gonna be a
week. They
stipulation.
could still add something next
It's
week.
a shame because every WrestleMania there's a ladder match, and this year's WrestleMania there's no ladder
I
match.
don't think it should be a ladder match, though.
No, and not necessarily that match being a ladder match, but there's no ladder match in general.
No.
Now, it used to be the Money in the Bank, then it turned into the Intercontinental,
Yeah.
but now we're looking at this match. I mean, I'm going to say Baron Corbin's probably going to pull it out, because I don't think Dean needs it. Where Baron Corbin does,
He could do with it, yeah.
and Baron Corbin could be your next one that has, like, a bit of a streak of WrestleMania. As, like, I've also found out, Miz has an undefeated streak of WrestleMania.
Really?
Been pinned or submitted.
Nice.
He's lost matches, just never been pinned or
Yeah,
submitted.
he's lost in the ladder match
Ladder
and stuff
match,
like
yeah.
that, but he's never been pinned or submitted, so it's still,
And he lost in that
Yeah.
big.
yes.
It might be his submission match.
Can't feel what his name
Sorry,
is.
Long.
Teddy Long, that's it. John Laurinaitis match, he lost in that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, WWE Raw Women's Title Fatal 4-Way match. Bayley is defending against Charlotte Flair, Nia Jax, and Sasha Banks.
Do you know what? I'm
Ooh, I
so
feel
glad they've gone and put Nia Jax in the match.
Yeah.
I don't know
Definitely
if
agree.
everybody
Definitely
agrees with me, but I was dreading watching Sasha, Charlotte, and instead of Becky, they've changed it to Bayley. So you would have had a very similar match to last year.
Yeah.
So you've got to put that one in there. And now I don't think Nia's going to win. I think. Oh, do you know what? I don't think, to be honest.
I think she's going to win it.
What, Nia? Do you think Nia Jax will win it?
Yeah, I reckon Jax is going to win it.
My two ways of leaning is either Bayley retained and then Sasha turns on her afterwards,
Oh, that's a good
or
one.
Sasha turns on Bayley and wins the belt. I can see it going one of those two ways.
Sasha can play a heel. She played a heel in NXT.
If she leads to her feud with Bayley, that NXT feud, which is arguably the best feud in NXT's history, brought up to the main roster,
Oh, yeah.
I personally think that would be incredible.
I'm just.
It's all depends how
I'm
WWE runs
a
it.
bit up and down when it comes to Bayley.
Oh, okay.
I respect Bayley as a wrestler,
Yeah.
and she's very, very good in the ring, just like the majority of the women that have come up from NXT. I don't enjoy the gimmick. I think she's too happy and not serious enough. There's not enough.
Oomph.
Yeah, I want to see her snap. Basically,
Yeah.
I want to just see her. Somebody's annoyed, piss her off that much. I want to see her snap. That's what I want to see out of Bayley at the minute.
She might snap after WrestleMania.
But a winner for me, I don't think I can actually pick one. I find that really, really hard. And if I'm going to throw one out there, Charlotte maybe to retain the title would be more likely than anything else.
Boo. Okay.
Brilliant.
WWE SmackDown Women's Title match. And this is a bit open, but Alexa Bliss defends her title against the entirety of the SmackDown Ladies division. Except for Nikki Bella and Maurice.
Except for Nikki Bella.
But it's anybody available. Technically, there's nothing stopping Nikki
Right.
and Maurice from being involved.
Apparently, I've read actually that apparently they will be involved, because I've also read that a prediction that Nikki will win. But I can't see Nikki being in two matches that night.
I've heard that Naomi's dad has confirmed she will be at WrestleMania and ready to compete.
What, Naomi?
Yeah.
That quickly?
But my pick isn't even on the SmackDown roster currently. I'm going right out there right now. NXT's Asuka is going to come up and win the SmackDown
That's why you were freaking holding me out.
That's my prediction. Because it's wide open to anyone with a SmackDown
Asuka is
contract.
on the WrestleMania Access. She's also on all
Takeover.
WrestleMania Takeover.
Yes,
She's also on
exactly.
all
Everything.
post and after everything on WrestleMania. Like I said, she's going to be either on the SmackDown live events. In fact, I'm actually very positive it's the SmackDown live events
It is SmackDown
for the
live
rest
events,
of
my project.
the Wrestlemania Revenge tour that used to be.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, definitely, yeah, you got a point there, Rich. That could be a very good quiet.
Question is she going to be the NXT champion when she goes up? I'm not sure. Because Ember Moon, if anyone's going to beat her, it's going to be Ember Moon. But we'll see. Either way,
Yeah.
Asuka's my pick.
Do you even think that she could lose the belt in a triple threat match so she doesn't lose? And still, even though actually they don't class NXT, your NXT career is separate to your main Raw and SmackDown career, I've noticed.
Well,
Yeah.
the only time it's ever happened was Paige. She come up with an NXT title and got
Yeah.
forced to vacate it, I think. And the only other one was obviously Kevin Owens. He came up
She did
with...
force to vacate.
Yeah.
No, you were right, because William Regal said that you can't hold both belts and
Yeah.
do both shows. You need to give it to. Yeah, I remember that.
Where Kevin Owens obviously was NXT champion when he attacked John Cena, but he lost it before ever winning a belt in WWE. So he didn't face the same battle, not the same problems. But yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Was that it?
Yeah, I was wondering if you had a prediction. You didn't say who your prediction was.
Oh, well, for the women. Oh, for the
Yeah, for the SmackDown Women's title.
SmackDown Women's title match.
No,
No, I haven't got one. She might retain it.
I'd like to see her retain. I do like. If Oscar's not coming up, then I'd like to
I'm
see
going
her
to say
retain.
what I read.
Nikki Bella.
I reckon Nikki Bella's going to get put in it and she's going to walk out and win it.
Okay. WWE Raw Tag Team titles. The Club will be defending against Big Cass and Enzo Amore and Cesaro and Sheamus.
Well, I could speak for Mark here, and I can say the Club. As we know, Mark Roberts does not like Enzo and Cass. He really does not like Cass. Enzo, sorry.
I'd like to see Cesaro and Sheamus
Yeah,
take it,
same here.
but
They're
I can see the Club taking it.
I'd see
If I had to
that.
say what I
There's
think,
sti-
I'm going
there's
the Club. If I
Those
want,
two are still a
Cesaro
bit
and
uneasy
Sheamus.
with each other, I reckon. Sheamus and...
Then, for me, it's the throwaway match. And that's only because it's the Cruiserweights. I just can't get on with them. And that's the Neville versus Austin Aries.
Oh, I can't wait for that match.
See, it's a hell of a match, but the moment they put them purple ropes up, I ain't going to give a crap.
I don't think,
That's the
think
problem.
you're going to need to worry about the purple ropes for WrestleMania.
If they don't put them up, I will care more about that match. It's such a weird... I don't get it, but
It is pretty
I
poor.
really hope Austin Aries wins it.
Oh,
Yeah, same
definitely.
here, yeah.
Austin Aries
definitely.
wins it and
Austin
ends
Aries.
this stupid purple
A
ropes
double.
just together. Okay, John Cena and Nikki Bella versus Maurice and The Miz.
Well, yeah. Well, actually, depending on if they want in this to progress a little bit more, because like this has almost started out of a little bit out of nowhere, and there hasn't been too much of a lead up to WrestleMania, so I think Miz and Maurice could pull up a very big upset. He has beaten John Cena at WrestleMania once before, so maybe that could be
I'm
the
going
one thing. Cena can't beat Miz at WrestleMania.
Because of this past SmackDown, with total Bella's bullshit, with Maurice dressed as Nikki Bella and The Miz.
My
versus
wife
John
did not
Cena,
hear that. Go on.
I am so going with that. Trust me, watch that. It is, they were brilliant. The Miz and Maurice are a brilliant couple. Where John Cena and Nikki Bella are like two separate entities.
Yeah.
They're a couple, yes, but they don't feel like it.
No,
when
they
it comes
don't
to wrestling
fit well
business.
as a wrestling couple.
I want Maurice and Miz to win it.
I'm going to go with
Brilliant.
the fan favourite, John Cena.
And the
With
final
that,
match, which I only have 4 names listed here, so get excited, is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Oh wow, only 4 names.
Oh, but a hell of a 4 names! with Apollo Crews, Kurt Hawkins, Big Show, and everybody's favourite wrestler, Mojo Shitting Rawley.
I'm gonna go with Braun Strowman.
Yeah, too right.
I'll go with Luke Harper. I think Luke Harper will end up in there
Ooh.
because he didn't get into the Bray Wyatt thing, and I think this is Luke Harper's opportunity.
He's got
That's
a new
hot.
change now, and he's got a new. He wears a black.
He has a new shirt. Well done. Good, Luke. Well done.
He changed his shirt.
Luke Harper, yeah, I like that.
That's my pick.
Luke Harper. The only other one I had for that Andre Memorial Battle Royal was Ty Dillinger.
Are they going to want to repeat last year though, with the NXT guy coming in and then winning?
Yeah, that's
Corbin
what
did it
I
last
did
year.
think.
I could see an NXT guy being in it.
That's the NXT guy I see.
Because I could even see Pete Dunne. Possibly.
With what I've been reading about Pete Dunne recently, I don't know if they'll put Pete Dunne in there. I think they're going to save something for
But,
Pete
so you don't
Dunne.
think he'll end up in there? Because I think Tyler Bates the possibility to end up in there. I don't see him winning it because he's such a little guy. But I could see, especially with all these people coming to Access, I could see a couple of them ending up in the battle.
Oh yeah, with this
Fill it out.
WrestleMania Access that's going on, yeah, we've got loads of stuff going on there, haven't we? We've got like, the ICW titles online, loads of stuff going on from
insane.
Progress. It is sick. There is so much going on. My brain can't even handle it, to be quite honest with you. There's
Jimmy
that much
Havoc
going on.
and Ginny in WWE.
Yeah.
That is just, for me, that is amazing, insane.
Without
So-
that. Without
So
that.
hopefully we'll be able to bring you some more on that, you know, a little bit. Hopefully we'll get maybe some matches, maybe some results in
There
some
has
sort
been
of
matches
way.
announced, but
But I'm hoping that, like, you know, we'll either get to see clips or
Oh,
at
I'm
least get
hoping
results.
so,
Do
yeah,
you know what I
something.
mean? I'd love to know what would have happened on that night.
yeah.
So, WrestleMania. That is what
it,
we're
yeah.
leading up to at the moment. I've noticed one thing that's not on there, and that's the SmackDown Tag Team titles.
The Usos won them
That was on SmackDown,
against
wasn't it?
American Alpha, so I could imagine it being them two teams against each other. In a
I'd
match.
see that as a pre-show.
I could see that being on the pre-show. They've a couple of these have to go on the pre-show. There's 12 matches currently announced. There must be some of them.
One of those that I reckon that's going to end up on the pre-show is Dean Ambrose versus Baron
I
Corbin.
can see that.
Yeah.
And,
see that.
and I
I
think
can see that.
unless it drastically changes, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal has
That's-
to be there because there's nobody. Like I said, unless they're going to be bringing up NXT guys or having like a surprise thing with like.
What about
Luke
like
Harper or whatever.
you know, what about Finn? But I the only problem with that is that I think Finn is coming back the next night
That's the other match that I didn't say, which
for the next night
hasn't
on Raw.
officially been announced. Seth Rollins versus Triple H. It's supposed to be unsanctioned, so it's not official, but
blatantly
it's unsanctioned. So.
Actually saying that, if I'd go with Triple H myself, because Triple H beating Seth Rollins will only gain for Seth Rollins
It
more
gains the heat.
than Seth Rollins beating Triple H. Because
Agreed.
once he's beating Triple H,
It's over.
that's it. It's all over,
Exactly.
and then it's on your own. He could go through another year yet of being slightly screwed over every now and then by
At the
Triple
end
H.
of the day, where's Samoa Joe's match? It doesn't exist. Therefore, he's going to be there with Triple H. Kevin Owens could be out there with Triple H.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
We got Samoa Joe versus Sami Zayn.
that match hasn't been announced. So
I
could
thought we
see
had
it
a match
happening.
announced for Sami Zayn versus Samoa Joe. I thought we had.
Haven't seen it.
That was a
anyway.
fast lane.
That happened at Fastlane, yeah. I think they'll both end up in the Memorial Battle Royal.
Can't get everybody
That's
in
the
though.
first thing.
At the end of the day,
That's
and
why
anybody
the-
that doesn't get a spot will probably go into the Andre Battle Royal. So
You get Samoa Joe on the main roster and don't add him to WrestleMania. That seems like an idiotic idea.
Oh yeah, without
The other rumour, of course, is that Shane McMahon isn't going to be the guy facing Styles.
It could,
So
it could be smaller.
if you said about a ladder match, if any match was to become a ladder match, that's the one I'd pick. Shane versus AJ.
why are we not having an interpromotional match as well?
Other than the Memorial Battle Royal, no.
Well, that don't count
No.
necessarily because that's like the Royal Rumble so much, isn't it? But why are we not having a Raw versus SmackDown?
Yeah, it seems a bit of a possible waste.
Samoa Joe, there's your Raw representative.
Yeah, but who on the SmackDown roster could face him?
Right, AJ Styles.
Oh yeah, exactly. Well, they faced off
And that,
TNA
and that's,
years ago.
and we know that that's gonna. We know how much of a good match that is. I mean, you watch the old TNA matches between Samoa Joe and AJ Styles.
Mm-hmm.
So, Yeah. So there we go. WrestleMania very, very soon. So hopefully we'll be bringing you some more on that.
Did I
So
change
very
your
quickly,
opinion?
sorry?
Did I change your opinion, or are you still not excited?
Yeah, I'm still not excited. I'm still not excited.
We'll see. I think they'll surprise us.
Hopefully, I can have my mind changed. I really do. I've got him tattooed on my bloody arm, for God's sake. So hopefully you can change my mind. Right, very quickly, before we end this show, let's go through very quickly some little bits of news. So, Paige, Woods and Maddox took over the internet by storm. That's it, really.
Yeah, I think that's
I don't think we really need to say much more on that. I think you all know the gory details.
Yep.
Adam Cole wanted a Ring of Honor World Championship match against Christopher Daniels at the next Ring of Honor pay-per-view, which is Supercard of Honor. I'm not sure which number. They won't give it to him, so they gave it to Dalton Castle. So we got Dalton Castle versus Christopher Daniels. But instead, they said to him he can have a title match, but he'll be for the TV title against Marty Scurll.
Yes.
So, I only mention this because obviously it's Marty Scurll.
Yeah.
And you've got to mention everything that Marty Scurll's in. So, yeah, that's an interesting match. Do you think he'll beat Adam Cole? Or do you think Adam Cole may take the TV title, being a title that I don't think he's actually won?
I really hope Scurll wins.
I think Scurll could be, mind you, I think Bobby Fish is one of the longest reigning TV champions. So, unless Marty's trying to be like that as well, but
That's a possibility.
it is a very, very huge possibility. The Hardy Boys had been sent their WWE contracts as of Tuesday. I don't think they'll sign. I don't think they'll sign unless this whole matter with Anthem and Impact gets cleared up about
If
who
WWE takes their
officially
back.
owns their gimmick. WWE could have their back.
Oh,
They could actually help them out and say, right, we'll stick up for you and make sure that you get that gimmick and it's yours. But then once you get that gimmick, you're giving it to us.
That's a possibility as well. Yeah.
Oh, it's WWE for you. I don't think they'll take them
The,
back.
the
without
question
having
is,
something
would
out of
they
it.
want the broken gimmick? But
Thing is, if they don't give us the broken gimmick, do you have any idea what an uproar? It'd be like the whole Goldberg and Brock Lesnar uproar at the moment. If they don't bring the broken gimmick and they just come back plain as the
it's the
Hardys
Hardy Boys,
again,
people aren't going to care.
as much as I'm a huge fan of Jeff, I'd rather see them come
It
back.
falls
that.
into that category of when the Dudleys came back.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
They didn't. If Bully Ray had come back as Bully Ray, I think Bully Ray could have done something in WWE. But instead, come back as plain old Dudleys. People didn't care after a couple of weeks.
And they had such a bad time.
Yeah,
That was
it's just gonna. That's
terrible
the same
comeback.
thing's gonna happen with the Hardy Boys. If they don't come in as the Broken Hardys, they're gonna they're gonna get nostalgia pop when their music first hits, and yes, the Hardys, and then suddenly, a couple of weeks, people aren't gonna care.
I'm
So
hoping they'll bring back the broken gimmick.
Hopefully so. They've had to dull it down. I know that much.
Yeah.
Birthdays. Last Friday, Joey from the Brothers Law. It was your birthday. And it was also Johnny Gale's birthday on Tuesday.
oh, it's 13th.
13? That's a bit rude. 18. I was shocked. I thought he was 19, to be honest.
I thought he was going to be older.
But he was. So every time we've watched him wrestle, he was 17. I Q5'd him at 17. And I swear he was older than that. But no, apparently he turned 18. So yeah, happy birthday to you, because by the looks of things, you had a very good birthday. Yeah, so, one last thing. Jake McCluskey and his missus, Vanessa Hunt, had a nice little prank and fooled the whole wrestling world. Or shall I say, all over the UK. Sorry, not the world. Could have been the world the way it went on, though.
Could have been.
But apparently she shrunk his tights in the tumble dryer. I felt so sorry for her. I generally felt really bad for her. And I'll even go as far as go through a couple of these. Even guys like Eddie Ryan was like, I'm really sorry for your loss. Even guys like Rishi was like, oh my God, I feel so sorry for you. And it was a damn prank. because they posted a picture at like 6 o'clock that evening of both of them, Jake holding his tights and her holding these cardboard pair of Jay McCluskey pants. But message from Rishi Gosh, and he says he's going to kick your ass on Thursday, which I believe is today, and he's not going to hold back apparently, because like, that was harsh, man.
Yeah.
It really, really was. We were even sitting here thinking, oh, what could we do? You know, maybe they could use this in the gimmick, you know, maybe we could use this in UPW or something.
Yeah, make the most of a bad situation.
Make the most of a bad situation, trying to think of what he could do about tights and stuff, and you made me think. But fair play to them. They had everybody fooled. So that was really interesting. So yeah, hats off to them. So guys, thank you for coming and joining me on the show.
You're welcome.
Rich, it's always a pleasure to have you here. Of course. Enjoy yourself tomorrow, VPW.
Yes.
Get us some footage.
With friend of the show, Sky Smithson.
Yes. Yes.
So, as I was getting angry earlier on trying to get her a match. So.
Yes, that's
We
right.
shall see.
Chris,
Yes.
thank you for coming on the show, man.
You're welcome.
You're always welcome to come back on again anytime. If you come to a UPW event, you want to come and talk, you can come on as well. So, of course, I have been your host, Carl Andrews. He has been Richard Meredith. He has been Chris Ross. And I will see you next week for episode 27, before I forget. Yes, that's right. So I shall see you next week for episode 27. Haven't really got much on next week, just the basics next week, and maybe a little bit of what Rich is going to bring you from VPW. So tune in next week, and she'll see you then. Good night.
Impact to never see. I could